I want to ask you a question. Do you like Facebook? Do you use it? Give me a quick answer.
No.
Okay, well this is gonna mess up the whole thing I was about to do. I like Facebook. I use it. When I say I like, maybe I can revise that, but at least I use it, right? And I've been reading a book. Now that I'm 34, almost 35, I started reading, which
Mm.
I hear is a good thing. So now I started after living, a third of my life, if I'm lucky. So I'm reading a book that's called "We've Got Issues" by Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, right? Like this very famous guy in TV. He has a very peculiar look. In the book, he says that he's hair challenged. Because
Hmm.
in the book, he attacks a lot of these woke BS, annoying little things about society today. But, anyways, I wanted to focus on one thing today, which is social media. And, I mean, you can talk a million things about social media, but more about the harming part of it. And Dr. Phil, I'm just going to read a bit of his book, but he says something that's very interesting. He says, you remember how back in the earlier days of Facebook, there was only a way to react to something you saw, a thumbs up, right? So a like. Something that made you smile, something that made you sad, the same reaction, thumbs up, right? Then Facebook realized it was kind of weird that if somebody's dog died, right, or somebody's grandma died, the only way you could react was giving them a like. So they created other emojis, right? You could react with love, haha, wow, sad, angry. So far, so good. You just give a little more options. They were giving folks more and more accurate ways to react. So that's all good and dandy. But then they did something that you didn't know. In fact, none of us knew it until the whistleblower came forward. Facebook also has an algorithm, again, a computer program, that decides what you see. And what Facebook did was start treating those emotional responses differently. So, in deciding to show you more of the material they thought you wanted to see, a like was worth 1 point. But all of a sudden, if they decided that a response, sorry, like they decided that an angry response was worth 5 points in their little algorithm, right? So if you reacted angrily to something, that gave you more points in the algorithm. And so if something that made you angry, and so if something made you angry, all of a sudden you started seeing a lot more stuff that was very similar to the thing that made you angry in the first place. So obviously the platforms are not there to give you things that you necessarily like. And I've talked about this before, and in this book, it made sense now. I talked about it in previous podcasts where I felt that when you go in your social media, you're not even seeing the things of the people you follow. You're seeing things that the algorithm wants you to see because it thinks you're gonna be there longer. And I
Mm.
was already feeling, and maybe you remember me telling you, like, bro, I feel like a lot of the things I'm seeing are things I don't even like really like, but in a way they keep you hooked. It's almost like toxic,
Mm.
and that is the case. It wants to show you the shit that keeps you hooked. And guess what? Because of human nature, the things that keep us hooked the most are negative things because we're designed to always be aware of danger a lot more to survive. Because back in the day, when you were a caveman, you had to always be aware of somebody coming into your cave, and stealing your hot pockets.
Still in your hot pockets.
So now with me saying this, right?
Mm.
And Dr. Phil talks in the next chapter that I'm reading now, talks about TikTok and how horrible he thinks it is. And you're a TikToker. Actually, Chef Maurice, for the people out there, Chef Maurice is the executive producer of the TikTok side of things. So if you like our TikTok, you gotta thank him
Mm.
and his production team. Uh, but yeah, like you that watch TikTok, I see it through Instagram and Facebook. Now that I read you this, and Dr. Phil puts it into perspective and in technical words, what do you reflect from it? Do you think it's true what he
Mm.
says, and do you see it in your daily life when you're looking at things?
I think so. I think so because, well, I've played with my algorithm long enough to make it somehow or somewhat of what I like, and it's a lot of kitchen stuff and soccer and sports kind of thing. But I do see a lot of of the negativity on any platform. I mean, like you asked me before if I use Facebook. I have an account. It's active. I go check it out every once in a while because mainly I want to see like funny videos. But like I don't engage. I don't post. I don't. So I lost a little bit of that. And mm, in another example, my TikTok account is more of a. I'm more. My algorithm there is more like um right now it's like cops making like traffic stops and Karens just going crazy. So it's
All
a
right,
lot
but
of
okay, but
like
this is perfect. This is really telling a story here because that last part that you just said, Karens and cops, those are things that are negative. So you're kind of hooked at looking at this negative situation evolve, right?
mm,
Isn't that fucked up?
it is.
That's
It's fucked
not
up.
that's not normal shit.
The most of the times I know that the situations seem real. I don't know because we're not in that situation. We're not there to know if it really happens. As they portrayed in those videos. But sometimes I look at the videos and I'm like, this has to be fake. Like this has to
I'm a
not.
100% sure that there are videos that are done fake, but not only that, they're done in a tone where they're not trying to bring any positive value. They're trying to get people to look at it and be like, yo, what the fuck? Let me comment against this. So it's like, it's crazy. Like, there's people making money. And I know this 100% because Facebook is a perfect place for this. Somebody would put a post about somebody doing something, like the way that they treat their kids in certain situations. So, for example, and they act it out in a way where they know people are not gonna like it, but that's gonna bring more than if you make it a cute one. Okay, so for example, if you make it a cute video with you and your kid, that's gonna bring a lot of attention, right? And likes and things. But you get even more, like 5 times more, Dr. Phil says. And if Dr. Phil says it, God damn it,
It's
it's
true.
true. So he says 5 times more effect when it's negative. And think about it, like I used to be that person. Thankfully, I'm getting better at this, and being aware of this is good because then you become sort of able to, in the moment, deflect the urge, right? Like I don't have the urge anymore to do something that I used to do in the past, where I would look at a thing in Facebook that I didn't agree with, and I was like, all right, let me go to the comments and fight all these motherfuckers. Hey, you fucking libtards, communist piece of shit, You should go live to Venezuela, communist country. Like, that was me. And like, you're not gonna change those people's minds. But there was like this sick pleasure to doing that. Even though it brought also negative emotions and things that weren't really nice to feel, there was this sick like enjoyment to it. And you can tell, like, now I don't engage in it. But you know how I know I'm still sick and the system still knows? It's because I will go to the thing and look at the comments and see the fight. And my brain realizes that those people fighting are completely like, it's an useless venture. Like, they're not going to get anyone to agree on it. But there's still this sick enjoyment in me looking at these fucking idiots fight. So I guess, yeah, I have evolved in that sense. But there's still like presence, right, of this bullshit. Dr. Phil says that in average, every American checks their phone every 3 minutes. And that they check it
Mm.
more when they have it on silent. Bro, people are fucking addicted to this thing.
Is there a way to change that? Is there a way to revert that?
I don't think you can, like the saying goes, you can put the cat back in the hat,
Hmm.
you know? I would say you can put a cat in any hat or box. I would say don't even have, if you're a cat person, you should
Don't.
change and become a dog person. Are dogs more useless? If you have a dog, can you go on a vacation? No, because a fucking dog is a retarded piece of shit. It will die.
Oh man.
But
So as you were speaking, I logged in into my Facebook from the computer I think it's the first time in years that I've
Okay.
logged into Facebook on a computer. Um, yeah, my a bunny fucking a rabbit. I mean, a bunny fucking a cat. That's what my videos come up on Facebook. I don't know. I try not to look at comments because comments, it brings me down. I mean, I'm already a negative person as it is, and then just looking at some comments, it's like, come on, bro, you can do better than that. You're better than that. But I do see that most of the posts that come up are yours, stuff that you post or that you uh, like or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe since we're talking, that's why it pops up
I mean,
first.
I'm heavy on the Facebook, and some of you might know me in Facebook. If you don't, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. My Facebook is locked, meaning I don't. People don't leave and people don't come in. So if
Mm.
there's somebody that I don't really like, but I had him there from back in the day, his grandfather in. Unless he does some really stupid shit, he's gonna be there, and I'm gonna look at his post and be like, look at his fucking stupid family. I will do that. Now, let's say I like you. I just met you. You try to add me on Facebook? Get the fuck out of here. My Facebook is locked in time. My Facebook is people that I know somehow through my school when I was back in the day, 16, 17 years old, and that shit came out. So I know what happened to that girl that I used to have history class with. I know who she married, and I see her kids growing up, and I feel proud of them. Another
I,
thing, I'm heavy on the memes on Facebook. That's meme
mm,
central for me. And Facebook is the only social media left that I feel, the ones from the ones that I use, that still shows me the things that the people in my network share. Because every other net, like social media, just show like, oh, these are the people you follow. I don't give a fuck. Let me show you this.
do you can you say that you know most of the people that you follow on Facebook?
Yeah, I know them. I know all of them.
Even the people that you met one night and then they're like, oh, let's be Facebook friends
I'll be
forever.
honest. There's people that I see. I'm like, fuck. I don't remember how I know that person, but everyone there I know. I met in real life at one point.
Yeah, so my Facebook, as you said, my shit is locked. Like I'm not adding anyone. I'm not deleting anyone if they if they want to delete me, cool. But I'm not. Um, and most of the friends that I have, I want to say I want to say 60 to 75% of the people I have on my Facebook is like my high school friends
Yeah,
or people
same,
that we
same
used to
here.
hang out with, and because that's when it came out, right? When that's when Facebook became popular, and yeah, but not anymore. Like
But
I have
that's
a
weird,
bunch of
right? That Facebook has a network there of people that you wouldn't have added today,
mm,
and you only added them because back in the day, it was a thing to do to add anyone that you knew, even if you didn't chill with them, because that's how the internet was back then. People don't know. Back then, you used to have to print out a picture and jerk off to it in your bathroom when your mom went to the supermarket. So,
damn.
so we walked so these motherfuckers could fly today and jerk
Mm.
off to tranny porn from Brazil. You know what I mean? Which don't get me wrong. Hey, to each his own. It is some wild shit though. It's some wild shit.
So it says on Wikipedia, our favorite research page, web page, it says that 2.94 billion with a B monthly active users. Well, it says as of March 2022, so two
What,
years ago,
Facebook?
Facebook. So it has about almost 3 billion people using Facebook actively. That's a lot. That's a lot of fucking
Yeah,
people.
and the thing is, Facebook, I would say, is maybe I'm talking the mass shit, but I feel like it's heavier on third world countries. I don't know why. I just get
You
a
know what?
feeling.
I'm with you on that.
Like I have a feeling like Facebook is heavy on Venezuela, like and in India.
And yeah, a lot of people who has Facebook, it's like, believe it or not, it's to like watch the news.
Like people who have Facebook, like probably speak like us with like a heavy accent. It's very normal, and use WhatsApp on an Android
Mm.
phone.
Well, now WhatsApp is part of Facebook, so it's all connected.
It's all one.
Instagram is also from the metaverse.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if the almost 3 billion people that use Facebook has to do with like WhatsApp and Instagram and, you know.
I mean, I think it's independent, but yeah, Facebook is a weird one. Another thing that I noticed on Facebook is that sometimes Facebook, they'll be like, "Oh, this is fake news," or "Oh, that's a little sensitive that you're saying this," or like, "Oh, this and that." Not to me, or just in general. I've seen it, but then it offers me the most violent videos of people getting hit in the face or an animal eating another animal violently, and I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Mm.
Another thing that Facebook does that's very frustrating, and like I've cured myself of seeing it. I take it off right away because I start seeing the things that I like. Oh, look at this girl. Oh, look, they got married. Oh, she has a second husband. Okay, that's cool. That's weird. That's fine. Then you see another post like, oh, look, this is my aunt. Right? Aunts are big, and they give like, oh, look, I'm doing this or that, like wishing everybody like a nice day. That's the auntie move. You got maybe an uncle, right? Uncle Martinez. Motherfucker's like 68, but he still thinks he's 30, doing cocaine, trying to get, youngins. He's in the border of law, right? Uncle Martinez, he don't got them papers, right? I mean, let's be real. I don't want to be, it is the case though. And
Do
then
you see your
what? And then all of a sudden, Facebook sends me some video of a big ass like frog eating a scorpion in like a brutal way. Like shit. I'm like, bro, this is super inappropriate. But then because I said that Sleepy Joe Biden ain't gonna win, then they gotta come after a motherfucker, right? Aren't I a minority? Is that how you have? Is that the minorities? What is that? What is that team?
the Montgomery
Oh fuck.
biscuits.
Okay. The Montgomery biscuits. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So back to the subject, Facebook, right? Like, it is a bit of a boomer platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hate it that you don't use it as much because you'll be having a lot of fun with me and all the aunties. We share recipes. It's fucking fire. I'm telling you, you're missing out. It's super nice. And Facebook just gets you back to your roots, Hey, you come from Venezuela, you piece of shit. You think just because you live in the fucking Bay now? No, bro.
I don't. I'm starting to get tired of social media. Like, I can look at it and mostly I just read soccer news, but other than that, it's tiring. It's too much. It's like people doing negative things or weird things, and then most of them are for clicks, and that's how certain people view their, I don't know, they're being famous. It's like, oh, I don't know, 100 million views on this on this video that I punched a granny.
Right.
Like, so they're doing it for the views, and then I don't know. There's, of course, I would love to have people who watch us more and us becoming, I don't know, something that people kind of watches us for the fun and for the talks but sometimes it's, oh, we're not getting enough views, so I'm trying not to get down on it. Or
I mean, do we have to like fuck a pony or something like?
it seems to.
Because that's the thing. Like, we want to make wholesome content, right? I mean, not wholesome in the way of, let me go to Utah and shit and like make content for the Mormons. No, but I'm talking about like wholesome content, right? Like we can just have fun and just have a little goody time. But no, like Facebook wants to have you see like people fighting and like doing like we want love. You know, we want that raw love, that unprotected love.
Last night I was looking at
Unprotected
I,
love.
there was this guy who used to be like very big on what was on YouTube. Have you ever heard of Vitali?
Sure, yeah.
I remember he ran naked into a like a soccer final, European, anyways.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I stopped hearing from him for years, and then last night it popped up in my Instagram that he has a show where they catch pedophiles. And I didn't see it. I didn't see the show. I just kind of like read really quick through it. And I don't know. It's what do you think? Is that something that we have to do? Maybe we have to catch pedophiles to get
Yeah, I mean,
two
like
extra
I
views.
was hearing a bit on this because he's not the only YouTuber doing it, and I was actually just listening to a podcast where they were talking about it, and they were sort of debating if this is something that is, we should applaud because they're catching pedophiles. At the end of the day, I believe most of them just don't go to jail because you kind of need heavy proof, of like just meeting with like an underage is not illegal per se, like in a cafe or whatever. So you could say like, "Oh, they're just doing it for the clicks." I mean, I don't know. I mean, it is weird to be in a world where everything is convoluted. So like, even in that situation, you're like, are they doing it for the clicks or is this like honorable labor? I mean, that's how Chris Hansen used to do it, right? Like, I mean, it is a bit exploitive, but do we care if we exploit people that are pedophiles? I mean, many of us don't. But it is true that the YouTubers or whatever they're getting a benefit from it. Yeah, the guy
Did
that
you ever
they
see?
that I saw that thing, and there was a video of it, and he was this guy. I mean, the one that I saw, they call is this older guy that apparently is like the owner of some shit. I can't remember now, but like the owner of a team or some famous product or some shit. And he got caught meeting like a girl that said who was 15 or something. I
Hmm.
mean, this is now becoming because like with the whole Diddy, and now there's like this Kendrick and Drake beef, and they're sending like also like this is becoming a lot more like you hear it all the a lot in a lot of places. It's weird. I don't know. Like I said earlier, if it's like just the social media pushing it, or if it's like a reality that this is happening. More like maybe we need another Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom 2.
Done by YouTubers.
No, I mean maybe that'd be weird, right? Like,
Do you see yourself keep using the Facebook?
yeah, I think Facebook is one of those guilty pleasures that I still find to be beneficial in a sick way because it grounds me. There is very few people that like actually react and like my things. I mean, this is not like like a petty talk. It's more to say like people don't give a fuck there. Like we either like it, we don't, and there's a small group of people that actually engage, and there's a big group of people that just see it, and they like seeing it, just like I like seeing their lives too, and maybe I don't react to it. And I think it's like this little pocket in time where all the people that I know there are from a time I kind of know a little bit of what their life is about, and we sort of allow each other to see each other's life and have this little window into our lives. In my case, they don't really see anything about my life because I don't really like to share much about my life on social media, and in Facebook I do even less. But they do get to see, I think, a little more vulnerable part of me, which is my actual personality through my memes and the things that I sometimes write. And I do have like this weird relationship with people from back in the day where we just bond through memes and they laugh and comment on things. And it gives me a little hard on, like on a Tuesday when things are slow, little tingling in your taint. That's always like appreciated, regardless of where it comes from.
Do you? How do you feel when you find out that a former, let's call it friend, stops following you on or becoming friends on Facebook?
Well,
Like,
that's it. That's the thing. I mean, I don't care to look anyways, but that's the thing with Facebook. Like, It's not like in Instagram or other things where like you know who follows you or whatever. In Facebook, if you unfriend somebody, he doesn't know. He doesn't get a
Mm.
notification. I mean, he has to be like on, thinking about you and being like, oh, why aren't I seeing this guy's post anymore? Let me search for him. Oh, I'm not his friend. But I mean, if you're doing that, then, maybe, you're in the spectrum and we should like
Mm.
be nice to you type shit. I don't go and search
So
for that type of shit. So like that's why I also like Facebook, because Facebook you can eliminate people if you do wish to, and it's like, okay, no harm done. I don't want to make a notice of this. I don't want people to know. I don't want to call TMC and let them know. Nobody knows. Like I just deleted you. You won't see me anymore. I won't see you anymore. That's it. We go separate ways. Peace out. You're out of the circle of trust. I'm sorry. Peace out, fucker. That's what it is. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's how it is.
last night I started watching a show on Netflix called Baby Reindeer. Have you
I,
heard about this shit?
I saw it. I think I told you.
And I'm only on episode 2, but it sometimes it scares me how far people can go through social media like Facebook and Instagram to look you up, to find
Yeah.
you, to it's I don't know. I'm wary nowadays of everything that I do.
Well, that's why I think people should be private with their shit. You know what I mean? Like I mean, there's people even that I know close, like that have, you know, that just share a lot, and I don't think that that's the best. Like the world is filled with evil people too. So, and when you see this Baby Reindeer, I mean, I would like to talk to you about Baby Reindeer when you finish it. So I won't really go into it, but just going into the basic part of it, or which has to do with stalking and searching someone on social media. I mean, right there, you don't want to have just everything out there. So like if you want to have things on private, people don't see shit, do that. You don't have to be open to the world. Do we
I
have to
think
have our channels open to the world like like an asshole ready to take anything? Yes, because we want to be accessible. We want to have all the clips ready for you. Oh, I want to see just clips. Go to the Instagram. Go to TikTok.
well,
Go to the Reels.
but hopefully, I mean, I want to think that what we do here is not
It's a social
gonna give
service. What?
right. We're giving you some entertainment, but we don't want to show you what's behind the door.
What do you
I don't
mean?
want to show you. I don't want to show you what my kid looks like. I guess I mean, there's so what I wanted to say was that I think it's on TikTok that there's this guy who can find you if you send him a picture of
What the
anything.
fuck? What is this?
So, so
A Fiverr?
apparently
Fiverr?
there's I can't remember the guy's name, but people send them random pictures, and he can tell you where you're located just by doing some research and looking at buildings. And
Give it 2 years and a few murders, and this guy has a Netflix documentary. What? This is
I hope.
insane. What the fuck is this?
I can't remember his name, but it's a very it gives you you want to think that this person is it's all fun and games, but when
Fuck, people are stupid. I mean, there is this game called like Geo Tracker where you see pictures of the world through Google Maps, and you kind of find where that is. And then I found out it's like an actual tournament where people go. So yeah, the world is getting crazy. No, don't show your private shit. There's this documentary that shows how like people were getting robbed in like Hollywood Hills and Malibu. And the way that they knew the house was empty, like celebrities' houses, is because celebrities were posting like, "Oh, I'm in Vegas now. Yeah, bitch, let me go rob you." So, one little quick tip here from KIKO Flo, your little, neighborhood friend, right? Your neighborhood watch, a little group, right? I got you. If you go on vacation and you want to show people that's totally fine. I get you. You need to live your life. Your life is a movie. I get it. Wait until you're back, and then you share the pictures. You don't have to share them right away. I know it's tempting, and you want to. It's in the tip of your genitals. You want people to know I'm in it. I do things. Okay, I travel. Okay, I have a passport and I get on flights and shit. Hopefully not Boeings. I do things. I'm important. I get it. But you might not want to share exactly your geolocation at every time because there's people out there that are fucking like wild. There's people that have been murdered because like, oh look, I'm in this mall, and then some people go there and kill them. So just be a little more wise, okay? More wise.
Do you are you gonna keep the social media alive in your life? Well, in the sense of the meme watching, the video watching, is that gonna be? Are you gonna keep having that as part of your daily routine?
It is, but it's gonna be decreasing, and it has already decreased. So now I'm like reading. So I got like an hour reading a day minimum. Maybe I do more. So that alone is already taking some time out. So what I'm doing is I'm replacing hours of the day with productive shit, little by little. It's not easy, right? When you're a lazy motherfucker, when you were raised on Hot Pockets, the good ones, and Tonino's Pizza, motherfucker, it's gonna be hard to like commit to things, to have discipline. No, I don't have that naturally. Okay, I come from the Caribbean. It doesn't come natural to us to be productive. We're more like being in a hammock, eating what's it called, mango, and having sex with many women. That's the Caribbean way. That's written in the blood of the Caribbean people. The rum, the tobacco. What do you think that's for? That's to get high and fuck, right? So what I mean, let me go back to the point. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to replace with other activities so then I don't have to look at the phone. So right now, for example, I'm recording. I throw the phone away. I don't want to see it. And every time, like, you know what? I shame myself. If I'm in a situation where I need to grab my phone and look at it to make the awkward silence less bad, what am I, a little bitch? No, I'll look at you in the face. I look at the sky, whatever the fuck. If I'm out there, I'm out there. I'm living life. I'm looking at that old lady in the fucking bus like, what's wrong with you? You know what I like to do sometimes?
What's that?
To like let people know how more superior I am because I'm not looking at my phone. If I'm next to them, I look at their phone. Like, hey, feel uncomfortable. Does it feel uncomfortable? Yeah, put your phone away. Live life, motherfucker.
I find that very entertaining in airplanes when you're just like sitting around and like listening to music and people having, now that there's open Wi-Fi on airplanes, they're just having conversations with other people, and I find it amusing to read their conversation because I don't know who Jeannie is, but I know she's gonna get fucked tonight.
Yeah, Jeannie's ready. Jeannie's like, look, I already put some Vagisil. It's gonna smell funky, but it's because of my pH. It's nothing to do with that disease that I was treating 2 weeks with hard penicillin. Okay, it's good to go. Jeannie's gonna get it.
It's like, baby, get ready because I'm getting there in 7 hours.
Right. And Mikey, he already got them rhino pills from the fucking gas station to make you dig harder. But that block your arteries. I'm gonna get a fucking heart attack at 49 on a Hooters bathroom taking a shit. Hey, by the way, you just mentioned that there's like, so now there's Wi-Fi all over the plane when you fly in the US.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to pay. Sometimes it's like a 50-minute limit. And if you're a certain carrier customer, so let's say if you're like a T-Mobile customer, you put in your phone number and then they give you free Wi-Fi throughout the whole plane ride.
That's fucking weird. That's eventually going to be just open Wi-Fi in the next few years.
It should be. I mean... Now,
I will tell you something. I understand that this is an improvement in technology, and overall, this is a good sign that things are becoming better, right? But this was one of those few places left where you had to figure the fuck out how to stay not bored for many hours. Especially if you do the European trip, right? If you go from Europe to America, it's at least 9-10 hours of plane ride. So you had to see a lot of movies, which was already... Like, I was getting excited now that I'm getting into reading. I'm like, fuck, now I can go like on a plane from here to Miami and read a whole book. That's 9 hours. I can read a book in 9 hours.
Not anymore.
But now I'm gonna have the fucking thing of like, oh, I can, just talk on the phone. But you know what? You know what I say to people, and I think this is the message of the podcast. And I'm not saying this from a place of virtue or a place of superiority, because I still have flaws, and I have all these issues with my own addictions and shit. But like, if you're in a moment where you recognize that you're looking at your phone and you shouldn't, put it out away and like look at the sky, look outside, look at the crackhead that's trying to figure out how to light the fucking aluminum pipe that he just made out of nothing. Like, enjoy the moment, Like, look at your kid grow. Do you have kids? Look at them grow. And also teach them manners and shit, like, so they can behave where they go. But like, I try to make it like, you know what I do with my girlfriend sometimes when we go out, because she loves her phone. If she's hearing this, she's gonna be like, "Oh my god!" She loves her phone, right? When we go out, she's like, "Oh, we should do romantic things. We should go out." When we go out and she's on her phone, I tell her right away, "Okay, so you wanted to go out and be romantic, and you're your phone." Yeah. I could be home playing Warcraft, being productive, right? But you wanted to go out, right, to try this new sushi place. They're all fucking the same, right? $12 for 5 gyozas. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even bite into a gyoza. A gyoza, I just swallow it. It just goes through my esophagus as a whole. It's like if I'm eating an olive type shit. So I guilt trip her. But isn't that a good way? Like, hey, look, you wanted to go out, live the moment, put your phone away. And then she's like, oh, actually, you're right. And then she's like, hey, you know what? I had a better time. We actually enjoyed, we bonded.
You guys can butt in the bed too.
Yeah, but that one is not the sentimental one, Chef Maurice. It's not all about ripping holes, okay? I know you're the Montgomery biscuit, but it's not all about the clacky chicky. So for the people out there, what's the message of today? Try to stay off the fucking phone for the times that you can, right? If you're outside, enjoy the outside. You know what's a fucking classic one that you can write it down? If you're with friends, if you meet with friends, like if you took the time to go out and meet with friends, don't fucking have your phone out. That's disrespectful. Put it away and talk. You're in a real conversation with a real person in real time. This is real life right now happening. Fuck whatever's in your phone. You'll find out later. Hashtag fuck FOMO.
Do you remember that era? Somebody's crying. That era where a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, we're going to a restaurant and we put our phones on the table, and then whoever picks it up first has to pay for the bill." Is that something that's still doable today?
I mean, yeah, I mean you could do it, but I just think it should be just natural. Like, hey, just don't even have you don't even have to do a game like that. Like, I don't really have friends that will do that. Like, if I have a friend and then he's just like on his phone all the time, like, hey, bro, you can go do your nails with your girlfriend. That's cool.
Oh, because you read the conversation. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not because I'm assuming anything. It's because I read the conversation he had with his friend. He has another guy friend, and they're gonna go get the nails done later. And then they put a strap on and fuck each other. And that's what they do. And that's cool. But if you're gonna come at me with that, you better not have your phone out there. If you come with your strap on, I might be more inclined to chill. But if you have your phone out, and for nothing, it's not like you're talking to like a business venture capitalist who's about to approve $3 million for your fucking business. No. You're looking at the new update from your friend from high school about her fucking wedding, her 3-year-old kid, who she says is the, light of her world and the best thing that ever happened to her. Shut the fuck up, Stephanie. I don't care. So, yeah. If you go out with friends, be in the moment. All right? Chef Maurice, right now when we do the podcast, we're in the moment. That's our little therapy in the week. And we need it. We need it so that we don't go, out there and potentially become homeless. Which, by the way, San Francisco, the best place to be homeless. If you must. If you must, homeless is the best place.
San Francisco, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna leave it there. I want to know your comments, guy, on this. What do you think about the social media world these days? Are you taking a conscious attempt to not look at it so much in the day and actually be productive? And not just productive, maybe just be out there and enjoy the park. That's not productive per se, but that's soul healing. So are you doing that more?
Becoming one with the earth.
Yeah. If you could, go to the park nearby your house and jerk off there. People might say like, hey, that's weird. Like, I might be pedophile. I think that's even illegal. But is he connecting with nature more than the other guys on his phone? Yeah. So I'm not encouraging, but I'm just giving examples so people can like understand. We're on all platforms. Please leave reviews on Spotify, iTunes. That really helps us. And of course, if you subscribe and leave comments, we'll like actually address them and shit and like get back to you. Chef Maurice, love you. Direct Connection, Madrid, San Francisco. Keep it real, keep it beautiful, keep it real.